A couple of weeks ago, a chapter in sports television came to a close. Ernie Johnson, the steady voice and soul of Inside the NBA, struggled to get the words out as he signed off from TNT for the final time. That moment, the end of an era, was raw, honest, and heartfelt. Fans felt it in their bones. The show was a cultural icon, a fixture of late-night basketball joy, where laughs and insight flowed as easily as Shaq's backboard-breaking dunks. But here's the twist, you don't have to be sad. Not really. Because the show isn't going anywhere. It's just changing jerseys. The Inside the NBA crew, Ernie, Shaq, Kenny, and Charles, will return next season on ESPN and ABC. Same banter. Same chemistry. Different channel. It's like watching your favorite band play a new venue. The music's still the same. Still, the TNT farewell stung. It was personal. It was nostalgic. I'm proud to say, for the last time, thanks for watching us. It's the NBA on TNT, Johnson said with that unmistakable mix of grace and gravity. He stood up, the lights dimmed, and with that, one of the most beloved sports shows ever took its final bow on that network. But just when it felt like TNT's connection to the sports world was slipping, something wild happened. They found something else. And not just something spectacular. Enter Roland-Garros. Enter the French Open. Enter Carlos Alcaraz and Coco Gauff. And enter a new era for TNT Sports. If you watched tennis even casually over the weekend, chances are you heard the echoes. Maybe you caught a glimpse of Alcaraz screaming to the heavens after a 5-set marathon against Jannik. Maybe you saw Coco Gauff rise from a set down and stun the world's no. 1. Aryna Sabalenka, to claim the biggest win of her young career. And if you weren't watching, you missed something generational. Something unforgettable. What makes this all the more amazing? This was TNT's first year broadcasting the French Open. That's right. First serve, first slam, first everything. And they crushed it. From the opening point to the final trophy lift, TNT delivered a masterclass in sports television. People had doubts. Lots of them. TNT dropped $65 million per year for these rights, more than 5 times what the previous broadcaster paid. There were whispers, criticisms, bold takes. Too much money. Tennis won't pull those numbers. This isn't their lane. Then the weekend happened. Then Alcaraz vs. Sinner happened. Then Gauff vs. Sabalenka happened. And those doubts vaporized. Alcaraz and Sinner weren't just playing tennis, they were writing myth. 5 hours and 29 minutes of shot-making from the gods. The longest Roland-Garros final in history. The kind of match that makes you forget to blink. The kind of match that turns casuals into diehards. And Gauff. Her moment was nothing short of magical. A come-from-behind victory over the most dominant force in the women's game. She didn't just win. She rose. In front of the world, she owned the moment. She kissed the trophy. She made history. She proved, once again, that her name belongs in the same breath as the greats. But it wasn't just the tennis. It was the presentation. TNT brought the French Open to life like never before. Sweeping camera angles. Cinematic drone shots of the Eiffel Tower. On-court audio that let you hear every grunt, every gasp, every cheer. Commentary that respected the hardcore fans while welcoming new ones with open arms. And the numbers. Through the roof. Coco Gauff's final pulled 1.5 million average viewers, up 94% from 2024. Alcaraz vs. Sinner peaked at 2.6 million viewers, averaging 1.8 million overall. It was the most watched men's final since 2021. The most watched women's final since 2016. Engagement on social media platforms exploded. Bleacher Report, House of Highlights, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. It was everywhere. TNT didn't just broadcast the French Open. They owned it. This is a network that just said goodbye to its crown jewel, NBA basketball, and somehow walked straight into a throne. Meanwhile, over at ESPN, there's no panic. They still hold the keys to Wimbledon, the US Open, and the Australian Open. They're the old guard, the established titan. But now, there's a new player in town. A hungry one. One that just made a bold bet and saw it pay off in full view of the world. TNT's 10-year deal is looking less like a gamble and more like a genius stroke. $65 million a year might have sounded steep last month. Today, it looks like a bargain. The sport is booming. Alcaraz and Gauff are the faces of a new generation. Their appeal transcends borders, age groups, and algorithms. They're athletes for the TikTok era who still thrill the purists. The French Open just proved tennis can dominate American airwaves with the right production, right talent, and the right moment. And TNT. They're all in. So here we are. Inside the NBA may be gone from TNT, but TNT isn't gone from our screens. They've pivoted from the hardwood to the clay, and maybe, just maybe, they've found their future. This is no longer a story about the end of something great. It's the beginning of something bigger. Tennis has a new home. TNT has a new heartbeat. And sports fans, they just got a front row seat to something special. The game has changed, and the next chapter has already begun.